What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to cast a bait caster. Stick around for all my tips, tricks, and I'll show you how not to get backlash. Okay, first things first, whatever you use to cast, practice casting, make sure it falls within the weight range on your rod. This specific rod says between 3/8 ounce and 3/4 ounce lure. This is a 3 ounce jig head, so we'll be good. If you have something that's too heavy, the rod will, so I'll show you guys real quick, the rod will overload and will be real flimsy when you cast, and you won't get a very long cast. And kind of the same thing with too light of a lure, it won't load up at all. And the only thing that'll get your lure out there is the velocity that you're casting with. You won't have any strength from your rod to get any distance. So if you're on the yard just practicing, don't be like me and use a jig. Unless it's a jig that you don't really care about, because it's going to get beat up pretty bad. If you have an older bait or something you want to use, great. If not, just get a couple of nuts together, tie them to your line, and then you can go around the yard practice. Alright, so the next thing is you want to make sure your reel is set up properly for the weight you have tapping into your rod. So simply, rod's horizontal, you release the spool, and you want it to glide down slowly and not have backlash. Okay. Their major adjustment here is your spool tensioning knob here. If it falls down too fast, you can tighten it up and try it again. Okay, that's too stiff. It's not coming down at all. So we're just going to loosen it out just a little bit. So perfect. And that's what you're looking for. And that's something you want to do before you do the first cast. The next thing is you want to adjust your brakes. Some have it on the outside, some are on the inside, like this one. I'm going to open her up. I have mine on a 1. When you first start off, let's get back up some. Mine's on a 1. But when you first start off, you want to start off about halfway. And if you start getting too many backlashes, turn the brakes up a little bit. It's okay till you get a hang of it. And then as you get better and better, and you feel like, hey, I can cast this further without backlashes, turn your brakes down, and you'll be good. So I'm going to leave mine at a 1, just because I've done this a few times. And the final thing is you want to make sure your drag will break loose. This is mostly so you don't break off. So my drag breaks loose, we're good to go. If it doesn't break loose, loosen it up until you can break it loose, and then adjust it to where you have enough tension where you're not going to break off, but you have enough where when you do a hook set, you just don't lose all your line. All right, now it's time to cast. So I'm going to step back here. Hopefully you guys can still see pretty well. So you really want to, when you first start casting, you want to have it off, maybe to your side or slightly in front of you, and have this round motion where you're loading up the rod, and you can feel how much tension is in the rod versus your bait. Just do a few circles, and then now I'm going to release the spool, but keep my thumb on the spool. You never, ever let your thumb fully off the spool. So you're gonna watch me cast. Oops, let's not do that. I'm getting excited over here. Alright. Boom, just like that. That was a short cast, I'm not trying to cast too far yet. Typically you don't want to be going around and around and around. You'll do it in one smooth motion. Just like that. Thumb never comes off the spool fully. The reason for that is so that if you start feeling excess line on your thumb, you press down on the spool, and it'll keep you from having a backlash. So that was really just a normal cast from the side. There's another cast that you can do that'll get you maximum distance, and that's overhand. Typically you want to have 2 hands on your rod and reel, or your rod. Same thing, you press the spool, release the spool, keep your thumb on the spool, come back and you'll load up your rod. You'll feel your rod load up. Try it a couple times before you let loose. And it's just like the side. At some point you'll release the spool slightly, but never lose full contact with your thumb. Just like that. Now, if you're just starting out, it's fine. Just go out in the backyard like I am right now. Get you a few targets. You know, right now I have that water cover over there. I don't know if you guys can see that way over there in the corner. I can toss toward that. You know, I got a couple trees in between here and there, so that gives me some obstacles. I can try different casts. Oh, that was pretty close. Oh, thought I had one. I was just hung up on some grass. But find you a few targets. If you don't have much in your yard, just throw a few cups or rocks or bricks or whatever you have around, and just throw them out there randomly and just target them. Because when you're out trying to catch these fish, you're going to be targeting specific pieces of structure. And those pieces of structure are not always easy to cast to. So, you know, at some point, not this video, but I'll teach you guys how to pitch, flip, which is a fantastic technique as well. So if you can't get out there and go catch some fish, you can go out here in the backyard and start practicing your cast with your bait caster. So let me know, comments below if you like this video. If I left anything out, if you're experienced fisherman and I left some steps out, and you have some more tips, please put them in the comments below. But until next time, get out there and go catch you some fish.